Hello, podcast listeners. I want to take a brief moment here before this special episode gets rolling and let you know what it is, a little bit about what it is that you're going to be listening to in just a moment here. So Matt and I like to, on occasion, and as we are able, fill in and do some additional types of review content for different avenues and different outlets in addition to the podcast. Matt and I had the opportunity to do this for a local radio show called Freakshow Radio, which is awesome. The guys over there are great. And we are providing with this special episode some of the content that we recorded during that radio broadcast. So in addition to that, there just wasn't a lot of movies coming out this week. And so we felt like it would just be better to give you some content, something that we felt like was really awesome and really good. So stay tuned and check out what we have coming up. It's a two-parter. We have a coming soon breakdown for all the films, as well as an overall breakdown of where we stand with everything with Marvel, DC, Disney, and Star Wars. So those special episodes are coming out this week. I hope you enjoy them. And yeah, it's been real.
Welcome to the Real Review.
Welcome to Freakshow Radio 1360 KPXQ on the AM side of the dial.
Yes.
I'm here with Matt Hay. I am Joel Cunningham. We're talking about this summer and movies and films, and we're specifically going to talk about what was funny.
You said Joel Cunningham with a question mark at the end. I'm Joel Cunningham.
I do that. I do that a lot, I've noticed, with my talking. I shouldn't point it out because now everybody's going to be listening for it. I do like the Canadian style. I go like this very often.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, for those who are just joining, Matt and I are filling in for Bobby and Mario. My brain just went blank.
Yep.
So we're filling in. We're going to be talking about some movies and stuff like that over the next couple of weeks. And this is our second episode we've been filling in for. We're doing Coming Soon.
Yes, part one.
We're going to be doing part two. But for now, usually if you say a part one, then it usually comes a part two.
Well, there's no part three.
So if you're just joining in, if you're listening, if you're new to the radio show, check out their website, which is D2, which is the number 2, D2Lrev.com. They're always putting cool stuff up there. Additionally, Matt and I, just so you know a little bit of our credentials, we host a weekly podcast where we review television and films and things we had a chance to see, give our perspective and reviews on them. We'd love to have you check that out. Matt, how are some ways people can get connected to that?
Yeah, y'all can get connected with us a number of different ways. The main one would probably be our website, which is realreviewmedia.com, and that's real spelled REEL, like a movie reel. Mm-hmm. And you can connect through all of our social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Real Review Media. And then also youtube.com/TheRealReview. We got some videos up there every now and then. And email us. Questions, tune in. Mm-hmm. What movies do you like? What have been your favorite movies this year? That kind of a thing.
Especially with this one, because we're going to be talking about movies coming out soon.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And that's realreviewmedia@gmail.com.
Very awesome. Thank you, Matt.
Yep.
Additionally, lastly, before we get into talk about some films, Pastor Bobby's the pastor of a church called North Chapel. We'd love to have you check that out. That meets on Sundays at 10, actually 9:30. Scratch that, 9:30 out in Fountain Hills. Check out the website, northchapel.net and .com, whatever you want to do. I believe it's like all the org and net and blah and blah.
Creed Thoughts.
Yes, Creed Thoughts. I actually found out the other day, I was just curious, you can actually you can use emojis now in website addresses.
Really?
Yeah, which is interesting.
Huh, so you could be like www.creedthoughts fire emblem.
You could poopy face. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm thinking for ours, we'll just change it to a thumbs up and a movie.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like the movie camera thing. Yeah.
Or a meh face for you, and I'll be the thumbs up guy.
No, I'm more the frowny face.
Okay, you be the frowny face, I'll be the happy face?
Yes, okay. I'm definitely more the frowny face.
Okay.
Cool. So let's get into talking about some films. We're going to be talking about a couple films that have actually, by the time this broadcast comes out, have already come out.
Yeah.
But we're going to discuss our thoughts on them, and we'll see maybe we're right, maybe we're wrong, and then we're going to get into some ones that will be coming out in the next coming months and days. So the first one we're going to be starting with, which is a big follow-up for the Marvel Universe, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Brief synopsis for this one. In the aftermath of Captain America Civil War, Scott Lang grapples with consequences of his choices as both a superhero and a father. He struggles to rebalance his home life with his responsibilities as Ant-Man. It stars Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Scott Lang, Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Deen, the Wasp, Michael Pena, Walter Goggins, Bobby Cannavale, Judy Greer, T.I., Michael Douglas comes back in here. We actually have Lawrence Fishburne now as well, Michelle Pfeiffer. Pretty excited to check this one out. Yeah. Matt, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like the first one a lot, actually. I'm excited to see this. It's going to be really interesting, just the way how universally cataclysmic the MCU has been to this point and to what this story is. Yeah. It's just like this kind of like smaller story. And the first one was like that too. It's kind of like a small heist movie. This one's kind of a small heist movie kind of a thing. So it'll be nice. It'll be fun. I think it'll be pretty good. And that's just my overall opinion. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what I believe is going to be an explanation of sort of where Ant-Man was during the events of Infinity War.
Right. Well, we got a little bit of that in Infinity War. They mentioned real quick why him and Hawkeye weren't in the movie.
Right. And Hawkeye makes sense. Yeah. Like, if you're familiar with the Avengers universe, he kind of is known as being a character that constantly is like absent and quitting. It's really funny because he's kind of known as a character that always quits the Avengers because he gets picked on a lot. So he kind of always is just like, I quit this, because they always make fun of him because his only power is he shoots arrows.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's got really good action.
Power.
Right, exactly. So, but Ant-Man, I mean, he's neither here nor there. So I'm looking forward to that. I think the movies are fun. I think Paul Rudd makes a great Ant-Man. And I think he's got pretty good on-screen chemistry with Evangeline Lilly.
Right.
The only thing I think for me with this one is it's just because of that small-scale nature of it. It's just kind of like,
right.
You know,
it feels. I think it'll be good, and I'm excited for it. But it feels like almost like it's not enough to satiate this like, what just happened in Infinity War, like to be like, okay, but when's the next huge thing? You know?
Yeah, the one that might do that, which is going to be coming out much later, would be Captain Marvel, potentially.
Captain Marvel.
Just on the basis of her role in Infinity War, or like what she's going to be doing in the next one.
Right.
That might have a much more cataclysmic impact on the overall story of where the characters are at. Whereas this one, I think it's just going to be more of like a emotionally dramatic comedy type thing between a couple small characters with heist stuff.
One thing I want to see, I'll be extremely disappointed if they don't do, is the whole Michael Pena bit where he like narrates his activities that he did. And he's like, so the other day I was talking with my cousin and he said, oh yeah, you gotta go, like doing that whole thing. The best.
He tends to do that
I love that
in his films. I like him. I think he's a good actor.
Yeah.
He can be a little tiring a little bit, but they did do something really funny. Comic-Con's coming up again. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
San Diego one. When they did the announcement trailer for this at San Diego, him and Paul Rudd did like a retread of the entire Avengers series.
Are you serious?
Up until
awesome.
Ant-Man. And it was just the funniest thing, the way they explained it. It was like little dolls at one point, and just the way that they were talking about it and explaining it was like the most ridiculous thing.
Even in Civil War, Ant-Man was one of my favorite little parts in there.
Yeah.
When he's like meeting Captain America for the first time.
Yeah.
He's like, you're Captain America. Oh man, what an honor to meet you.
Yeah, he stands out really funny.
So good.
Yeah, and I like I said, I love Paul Rudd as that character.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of plays almost like an idiot savant.
He falls into like good things happening.
Right. He's kind of a doofus, and he's got this power and this ability, and he just kind of like takes advantage of it, but he's got a good heart.
So one thing they've been doing in these Marvel Cinematic Universe films is been implementing a lot of the de-aging technology. Mm-hmm. First time I think we saw it, correct me if I'm wrong, was Civil War. That was with Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
And he was super young. It looked pretty good. There were some minor things.
Like a baby.
You're like, oh, that's a little odd, just a little bit. But for the most part, it's good. Even better was when they did it in Guardians 2 with Kurt Russell. Yeah. I am hearing that we have the best that we're going to see coming up in this movie. I don't know who it is.
One of the worst I saw, which was weird because it was two sides of it. But the first time I remember seeing it actually was the, what was that one? Not Ultron.
Tron.
Yeah, Tron.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges. And I was like, Yeah. And they did it with Leia in Rogue One. The one that was the weirdest was actually Johnny Depp in the Dead Man's Chest, because At first, it looked great, and like with the wide shots, I'm like, "Wow, that's pretty solid." And then they did a couple close-ups, and I was like, "Oh, yeah." It's kind of like that uncanny valley falls off really quick.
I've expunged all memories of the Pirates movies except for the first one out of my head.
I gotcha. That was a tough movie, which they'll probably make another one.
Zombie sharks, actually, that's the one thing I liked. That's the only thing I liked about
Zombie sharks were pretty great. Yeah. It didn't even feel like Johnny Depp in. It was like Johnny Depp impersonating himself. We talked about that, I think. Yeah. Anyway.
That's all he does.
So this one, I think it's a good go to see. I think it'll be a fun one for the family as well. Most of the Marvel films tend to be that way. And then, of course, you've also got Walter Goggins, who plays the bad guy. He's the bad guy and everything.
He's always a bad guy.
If he's a good guy, he ends up being the bad guy.
So he's really a fantastic actor, but he keeps getting these roles that are just underutilizing him.
It's very true.
If you ever seen him in Justified, he plays character Boyd Crowder. He's amazing.
Yeah.
But he keeps getting these roles. Same thing with Tomb Raider, which I thought was fine. I like Tomb Raider enough. But again, he's just underutilized.
Yeah. I like Bobby Cannavale too.
Yeah.
He's a pretty fun actor. He's getting a couple things that I'm just like, wow. He's got a really good intensity. Mm-hmm. Whereas Walton kind of has this simmering rage.
Yeah.
Bobby Cannavale plays like that 1 to 1,000 guy, like where he's like, oh, I'm normal, and everything's like all of a sudden it's just like, I'm gonna kill everyone. Like he does that so well.
Yeah.
So let's move on then. Next one. We were talking about this earlier. This one might be shaping up to be a little bit of like a kind of past its prime of sorts. Skyscraper.
Yeah.
Yes. Brief synopsis for this one. Global icon Dwayne Johnson leads the cast of legendary Skyscraper as a former FBI hostage rescue team leader and war veteran Will Ford. On assignment in China, he finds the tallest, safest building in the world suddenly ablaze and has been framed for it.
One-legged, I might add.
One-legged. This has gotten a little bit of online notoriety, I think, for mostly the poster. And that's the best became a meme
thing.
war.
That is one of the best make fun of a movie poster things I've ever seen in my life.
It was hilarious. Yeah. I mean, so if you're not familiar with it, the poster shows Dwayne jumping
from a crane
into, apparently what he's trying to do is jump into the building.
Yeah, there's a big explosion hole or something, and he's trying to jump onto it.
Correct, but just based upon how physics work, he is very obviously not going to make this jump.
Right.
About probably 20 to 30 feet short minimum. And so a lot of people started doing these animated, hey, this is how it would go.
Yeah.
And they'd do arrows, and then people would put quadratic form, I don't know what formulas and geometry, showing how trajectory it needs to be. You'd have to be running 300 miles an hour or something in order to make it to the actual side of the building.
Or he jumps on one of those flying turtles from Mario.
So then people start going oh no, you didn't see this, and then they put a turtle there, and I saw one where there's a unicorn. He's you got Pegasus, and he's gonna fly. So it's just the funniest thing.
It's good.
So I think for that reason alone, I'm actually interested to see the movie. It's I'm
gonna see how the physics work.
Yeah. So, and we were talking about this, Jeremy. You mentioned this as well. I feel like Dwayne, although I love him, he's kind of hit a bit of maybe just needs to go on hiatus for a little while.
I feel like I've had 10 movies, and I know it's not 10 movies, but I know the Skyscraper one.
Yeah.
Jumanji too long ago.
Yeah,
Jumanji was good, though.
Rampage we talked about.
Rampage, Baywatch,
Baywatch, yeah. Ugh, don't even get me started on that one.
He's had 10 movies in the last 2 summers.
Yeah, he's done a lot. And he's taken a lot of projects that's kind of just, it feels like a vehicle for him. And I think that only goes so far with an actor. You can only do so much of this is Dwayne The Rock Johnson's blah movie.
He really needs to be focusing on doing The Tooth Fairy 2.
There you go. Yeah. That's the big highlight. That's well, I think he's saving that. That's for when his career is really in the tank. He needs a boost. He
needs a family-friendly movie.
Yeah, he's going to put that tutu back on, get back in there and pull those teeth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Terrifying.
So, any thoughts do you have?
I'm looking forward to this. I didn't like Rampage that much. I thought it was just okay at best. Yeah. And I did really like Jumanji, surprisingly so. I thought it was really funny, actually. And I thought he was really good in that. I didn't see Baywatch, but you got a chance to tell me all about how much it was terrible.
Yes.
So I didn't even visit that. But I think this has potential to be better just from a marketing perspective, to be better than Rampage, because it is definitely more of a serious movie.
Yeah.
The last one was trying to be fun and funny, and it wasn't. This one... Skyscraper, it looks like it's trying to be Die Hard or sky hard as I've been hearing it in my movie circles. So
rock hard. Doing the rock.
Exactly. So, and really interesting too is I was like, wait, who's that? Who's his wife? It was like, it's Neve Campbell. I haven't seen her in forever.
I know, she's been somewhere.
She looks like she's doing a good job too. I don't know. I was like, okay. Anyways, I think it'll be good. If they can make it seem like plausible, which we'll see what happens. But I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm picturing just a ridiculous suspend your, reality moment or film.
Yeah.
You have to just go into it with the idea that like this is just realistically going to be a bit over the top.
Right.
Probably not so much as like one of the Furious movies or something like that. But I hope they have fun with it. I think that was one of the main problems with like Rampage even.
Mm-hmm.
One, the plot obviously was just ridiculous. The acting was pretty bad at times. The action was fun.
Yeah.
But I needed a bit more of that kind of...
At the end, the last 10 minutes of that movie.
What it builds to is fun. And it needed to just not take itself quite so seriously.
For sure.
It tried to take itself super seriously with the whole like... is the ape gonna die?
Right.
Like, emotional tearjerker moments. I'm like, I'm not expecting that from a movie based upon the Rampage video game.
Right.
So I hope they take it a little bit fun. If they're trying to do a Die Hard thing, then because I don't see this being like Skyscraper 2, like even Skyscraper.
Skyscraper.
It's like the exact same thing, except the building is now 2 feet taller or something. Like I don't see this being, but I'm excited to see it because of Dwayne. I also like some of Noah Taylor's stuff. I like Pablo Schreiber, who's in it. He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
for sure.
Let's move into another of a different sort.
Let's
film, Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, you're so excited for this movie.
I am. I am so excited. That's my Adam Sandler. Join our favorite monster family as they embark on a vacation on a luxury monster cruise ship so Drac can take a summer vacation from providing everyone else's vacation at a hotel. It stars Adam Sandler as Dracula once again, Andy Samberg as Johnny once again, Selena Gomez as Mavis once again, Kevin James, David Spade, Steve Buscemi, Keegan-Michael Key, Molly Shannon, Fran Drescher, and Mel Brooks. I haven't seen Fran Drescher in much of anything.
Oh, Fran.
Yes. So, and Mel Brooks is always a good time. So, have you seen any of the other Transylvanias?
Nope.
No? Okay. I saw the first two.
Yeah?
Yeah, the first one was fun because it was novel. I think there was like a
Just the idea, the concept.
Yeah. It's definitely one of Sony Pictures' biggest like animated. I think that's why they're pushing so many of them out there because it's like the biggest, one of the biggest, if not the biggest animated film series that they have going on right now. It's kind of like with Adam Sandler, you expect the same sort of humor.
Right.
It's going to be kind of like over the top, but not so over the top. It's not like R-rated over the top. It's PG-13 over the top.
Right.
So it's going to be kind of like fart jokes and vomit jokes and like, he said something silly. And so the first one was interesting because the concept was fine. The second one, the humor was there at times, which was surprising to me. There was a couple moments that I actually did laugh. And it was kind of like, it's
cool.
Not like a hearty laugh, more of a chuckler.
A hearty laugh.
Yeah, hearty laugh. I think this one is like, well, what can we do with the characters? Well, we've already seen them do pretty much everything at the hotel. Let's do like sort of a fish out of water story. And it's funny because Dracula, every single movie, they come up with a new way that they can like push him into an uncomfortable place and try and make him grow as a character. And it's kind of like, how many more times can we see him grow? But I guess in this one, I think it's big about him trying to find love
right,
on the cruise ship. So, So I guess that's kind of all.
I didn't think the trailer looked that good.
Yeah.
I'm just like, ugh. Yeah. That's, I don't have anything to say other than,
yeah.
I don't know.
We'll check it out when it comes out. Maybe.
Sure.
We'll see. Yeah. The next one, though, which is one I know, Matt, you've been looking forward to.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so excited for this.
Yes. Mamma Mia.
Oh, my gosh. The sequel.
Here we go again.
I forgot there was a first one.
Right,
I'm going to go be totally honest with you guys.
Which is not, like you had assumed earlier, a Queen film.
No, it's not. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Yes. It's not at all. So as film goes back and forth, the times show how relationships forged in the past resonate in the present. That's a lot of depth for something that's probably not going to be that deep. James will play the role of young Donna. More or less, this is a sequel to Mamma Mia. It stars Meryl Streep, Pierce Brosnan, Colin Firth, Stellan Skarsgård, Julie Waters, Amanda Seyfried, Lily James, Hugh Skinner, Jerry Irvin. Cher is in it. There's a lot of people.
Yep.
This, if you saw the original Mamma Mia, it was based upon a Broadway stage play, a Broadway play, which I did see.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Did you totally enjoy it?
Mamma Mia.
Was it the best?
It was not the best.
Did they serve pizza?
No, it more or less boiled down to, I think, just if you love ABBA, because it's all based upon ABBA music, then you're gonna
Dancing Queen.
Yeah, you're gonna love the musical. It's a glorified soap opera with ABBA music. That's how I would best translate it. And it didn't make any sense. I mean, literally the movie, it's such a soap opera. It's such an awful concept. The mom basically slept with so many guys at the same time that she doesn't know who her daughter's
That's
father
awful.
is.
That's like an episode of South Park.
Yeah. And so they all show up at, her apparent wedding going
terrible.
like, I'm the dad. No, I'm the dad. No, I'm the dad. And then they all happen to fall in love with the same girl over again.
Oh my
which is
gosh.
Meryl Streep.
I didn't even know that was a synopsis.
Right. But then there's like this weird plot of like some of the older women and, Amanda Seyfried's boyfriend. There's just weird plot lines of like total like soap opera-esque like, so I'm not expecting much from the second one. The only reason that I feel like maybe the second one will be better, and I know this sounds like ridiculous, but would be because they are not basing it upon the stage play, and so maybe that freed them up to actually try and develop the story out into some interesting places, maybe. I don't know, question mark? This is where I do that question thing at the end of my talking.
It doesn't look that way to me.
No, it doesn't to me either. So, any interest at all?
Nope.
No.
No, I have zero interest, and I've seen this trailer so many times.
Yeah, they play in front of everything.
I know, and I'm not even interested. Every time they do it, I'm like, are they going to try and do something? Nope, not interested.
Cool.
Sorry.
All right. We won't dwell on this one too much then. Let's move on to a bigger release for the year. It's coming out in July.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah, man.
I love how it's Mission : Impossible Fallout. It's like how much period.
Yes, exactly.
They said like how much different. Yeah, how much different. Yeah. Anyway, this one, the very brief synopsis. Tom Cruise returns as Ethan Hunt. That's all you really need. That's pretty much how it goes. Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill, Simon Pegg, Rebecca Ferguson, Vin Rhames, Sean Harris, Alec Baldwin.
Oh, Ving Rhames. I was like, who's Ving Rhames?
Yeah, sorry, Ving Rhames. Frederick Schmidt, Angela Bassett, Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah.
And Michelle Monaghan.
Which I'm actually happy about that she's in it.
Yeah, she's not been in enough considering her significance to the story.
Right.
But what are your thoughts?
I'm actually really excited about this one.
Okay.
The trailers, I think, look really good. They need to stop playing it, though.
Yeah, the song's getting a little old.
Yeah, anyways.
I loved it the first time.
Yeah, so I like the last one. This one seems to me like it's going to be almost like a direct sequel from the previous one, the Rogue Nation one.
Yeah.
As in like Fallout being the title, as in the fallout from what happened the last one. We even get the same villain coming back in some way, shape, or form, and all that stuff that's shown in the trailers. The Christopher McQuarrie, what I really like about what he does is his action. They're very intense and visceral, and one thing that I appreciate every time about the trailer, that when I do see it, is that bathroom scene when they're fighting. It just looks so brutal.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dang, this is going to be intense. But and then obviously you have the Tom Cruise element where he's like, I'm going to do all my own stunts.
See this right here? Let's look at that photo of his face. That's pretty great. Jeremy's looking at. Yeah. That's a perfect assembly. He's just like,
you know what? As long as it's better than anything that we saw in the Mummy movie.
Oh yeah,
it'll be totally fine.
I don't want to know anything about this being connected to the Mummy. Yeah. Yeah. Which the sequel to that is actually that scene from Venom. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that bit. I'm looking forward to this a lot, actually. You know what? One of the things I do like about the series, we're talking about Michelle Monaghan. We didn't see her primarily until the third one, which is, and it's unpopular, but it's my second favorite Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
I love the third Mission Impossible movie.
Okay.
Because of the stakes and the familial element of it. And it's the only movie that actually has it like head on. And so I'm really excited about her coming back. You see her in that, and it seems like it's going to be a pivotal role as opposed to just like a cameo at the end, kind of like Ghost Protocol was.
Gotcha.
So anyways, other thoughts on it?
That's kind of, I'm with you. I'm excited to see it and check it out. For the most part, I always like the Mission Impossible movies. So I'm excited to see it. I think Tom Cruise is definitely getting to the point where it's like, really? Is this still realistic that he would jump out of a helicopter?
He broke his ankle.
I know.
And that's a scene they used too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
crazy.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely pulling a Jackie Chan there in
Yep.
that. But it just, yeah, I'm excited to see it because it's Mission Impossible. I'm wondering if they're going to position Henry Cavill or something like that to take over, sort of the reins, the Ethan reins.
And mustache.
Yes.
This is the beginning of Mustache Gate.
Absolutely.
This
Yeah.
is crazy.
This started, in case you're not familiar, there was a huge bunch of things happening with
Right.
getting rid of CG mustaches and Superman's.
Right.
Very awkwardly done, which is, anyway, side stories.
Another story. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see it. I'll definitely check it out and look forward to seeing what they've put together.
What
for
they
this
do, yeah.
Next installment of Mission Impossible.
Yep.
Done. Yeah. So, all right, cool. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. We're going to be doing a part 2 of this. I think our next episode, we're actually going to be talking about some summer movies and things that we had to see over the summer, goods, bads, uglies, all that. And then we're going to be doing a part 2 after that.
Yes.
Sound good, Matt?
Yep.
Cool. So, d2lrev.com website for the show. Also for us, Real Review Media. If you want to check out our podcast, do so. It's been real.
It's been real.